This pipe is a relatively new pipe for me. It's absolutely one of my favorites. It's kind of in that Devil Dance style. It's a Peterson as well. I have a lot of Petersons, mostly Petersons actually. But this is their pipe of the year for this year. The shape is kind of like a Devil Ants. Technically, it's considered to be a stubby cutty, and I believe in the 1902 Peterson shape catalog, this shape was listed as the Jap, which, upon further inspection, is a seafaring term, a sailing term. I'm not sure what that means exactly, what it is, but yeah, I've got. You'll see, I've got a little bit of right here. There's some black vinyl tubing. I tried, because I wanted to protect the stem because it was a gift, from Northwest Pipe Smoker, to protect the stem. And I'd never really done that before. He swears by it, you know, and I've got to admit, it does make the pipe easier to clench. It's a lot more comfortable in the mouth. It does add some substance to the bit. So that took some getting used to, but beyond that, it was really just a fantastic choice. And I've done this to a couple more pipes since then, just because some pipes I have are comfortable to clinch with, and some pipes are not, and it's easier if I have something to protect my teeth. But this is a wonderful pipe, really great grain, really beautiful, and I just really like it. Let's see here. I'm going to start on the left. This is a Peterson, I want to say it's a deluxe. Yeah, a deluxe, and the shape is, I think it's 220S. Oh, just 20S, okay. This pipe is, without a doubt, one of my least favorites. It's not because of the way it looks, and it's not because of the size. The thinness of the chamber wall does have something to do with it because it gets a little hot, but mostly what I don't like about this pipe is that somewhere in here there's a choke point. So no matter how I pack this pipe, it doesn't breathe well through here. I've taken the stem off and tested the airflow through here, and the airflow through here is fine, but if I blow through the stem, it's really hard to get air to pass through. So someday, somehow, I'm going to need to find a way to get that fixed without having to send it back to Ireland. But until then, this is just a pipe I don't ever smoke. This is a 303 Killarney. The Killarney pipes they come in two styles. This ruby red finish, which is beautiful, and an ebony finish. Obviously, this is not the ebony finish. This is one of two Killarneys that I own. I purchased this from a tobacco shop in Seattle called The Leaf, which is kind of a pipe shop, but mostly it's a head shop. So if you're not interested in being surrounded by pot paraphernalia, don't go there. That's why I stopped going there. Really not my scene, but this pipe is gorgeous, nice, shiny, beautiful stain. I don't smoke it that often because it almost feels too pretty. It's almost too pretty to set fire inside of, if that makes sense. So I don't smoke it as often as I should. Another reason I don't smoke it that often though is because it used to not draw very well. But again, taking the Northwest Pipe Smoker recommendation, I drilled it out to 530 seconds, and it does smoke quite a bit better. This is another XL90, and it's also in a Killarney in the ruby stain. I received this as a Christmas present. I get a lot of pipes for Christmas presents, which is not a complaint, just in case anybody's asking. Again, not much to say about this one that I haven't said for the 303 in this stain and the other XL90 that I have. It's a great pipe, great chamber depth, perfect smoker. This is sort of, I kind of consider it to be a Christmas pipe because I got it for Christmas. So I probably will smoke this a lot more during the holidays, and I would probably smoke it a lot more with the person if I was around the person that gave it to me more often, because he's a really great friend, and this is a really nice present, and I would show it off more if I were around him. But he's back in Seattle. Miss you, Tom. This is a Peterson Star system. I don't know, I didn't, when I got this pipe, really understand what the difference was beyond the stain. And having done the research, I can tell you that the only difference is that it's stained in a red. I don't know. It's a great pipe. It has a stinger, a condenser, which a lot of guys complain about and say that it doesn't help and it makes the pipe gurgle. I actually kind of like the stinger. It's not a... I don't think that it really changes the smoke that much, but it's kind of cool from an idea perspective, and I really feel like it does kind of keep the smoke a little bit cooler because it's metal because the metal stays cold. So that's kind of a bonus. But this shape is a 312, which is a sort of smaller bent billiard, and I don't know. It's kind of cool. I don't smoke it as often as I'd like because I'm a rather big guy. You can see my giant hands, and this just feels sort of dainty, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've got really big hands, so I tend to smoke it a little less than I would like. This is a Zulu shape. It's a Peterson Christmas pipe from 2014. I love this stem. It's a really cool, I don't know. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but the way the light hits it, it just sort of, it's almost like it's like hollow foil. Do you remember back in the 90s, all those cards that came out with like the baseball cards and so forth that had like the hollow foil edges where if you moved it back and forth in the light, it would change, it would sort of shimmer. This is kind of like that. For me, looking at the stem is really cool. It's hard to look at the stem when you smoke it though, so I hold this pipe a lot, but I don't really like smoke it as often as I should. That, and it's kind of a Christmas pipe, so I'll probably smoke it a lot more this Christmas. But it smokes really well. It's got the Peterson, not the Donegal Rocky finish, but the sort of, I don't know if this is considered sandblasted or rusticated. I'm pretty sure it's sandblasted, but yeah, it's a really cool pipe. Nice and light, great shape. Hard to light because if I'm clenching it, the bowl points sort of away from my face, so I have to sort of like hold it up and finagle it. But once it gets going, it's a great pipe. This is one of two of my only Savinellis. It's a Savinelli 128KS Punto Oro with an army mount, which is not a shape that they still make. I got this by chance. I had found it online through another user on YouTube. He had one. I just really fell in love with the look and the shape and the design and decided I wanted to get one, but they didn't make them anymore. And then smokingpipes.com got a batch of Punto Oros that the Savinelli the folks at the Savinelli plant sort of like found in a box, and I snapped it up. When I got it, the stem was incorrectly shaped, so it sort of, instead of going straight, it sort of came out here and then went down at an angle, so it was kind of bent. So I sent it off to Briarville, again, Rick Farah, and had him correct the stem, and he did a great job. The stem fits really tight. Doesn't come loose, which was a problem I had before. Smokes fantastic. It's a great pipe. I use this. This is the pipe I smoke my Lakeland blends in. I have one or two Lakelands that I really like. 1792 flake being the main, and this is the pipe that I smoke those in. Here's a pipe I never smoke. It's a Stanwell Royal Guard. The shape number is like 90 or... boy, it is really hard to tell. Oh, here it is. What does that say? 98, 96, 95. I can't really tell. Let's blow it up to the camera and see if the viewfinder can make it out for me. Come on, viewfinder, you can do it. Put your back into it. No, doesn't seem to want to tell me. I think it's a 95 or an 86 or something to that effect. I don't smoke this pipe for two reasons. One It's really short in the bowl. It doesn't smoke for very long. It's got a really wide bit, which would make it great for clenching if it weren't for the fact that it was so thick. But the main reason I don't smoke this, and this is going to sound kind of petty, but like the day after I got it, I was smoking it, and I dropped it. And you can see right here on the lip where it landed on the sidewalk and bounced, and then down here on the bottom there's another divot, and it just made me so angry that I dropped it that I just don't ever smoke it, because every time I smoke it, that's all I can think about.